Good evening, everyone. My name is Finn Polner. I'm here to present my business opportunity for Bunnings Warehouse and provide a bit of analysis through the presentation. So here's an overview of Bunnings' performance so far. So they are currently the largest portion of holdings for Australian conglomerate Wesfarmers Limited, presenting $17.7 billion in revenue to the organisation in the last financial year, up 5.52% for the year, which is a whopping 34.8% increase since 2019. So that's through COVID, they've been able to create that amount of revenue, which is just insane. They've got 507 locations across Australia and New Zealand, employing 53,000 staff in different retail warehouse situations and also online specialty facilities. So what they've got currently is some innovation and current state information. The business expanded 10 years ago from 34,000 products in a warehouse model through hardware and DIY products to now an omni-channel business model for over 110,000 products across a far wider range of industries and areas. They really promote operational efficiency, striving to keep costs operationally low as possible through providing improvements and delivering market-leading value for each customer interaction. They do this through a service. One of them is click and collect. They really capitalize on this through COVID with the trends of DIY, home DIY, and shopping online during lockdown. They aim to really innovate and improve the efficiency and reinvest in this service to personalize customer experience in the future and provide better opportunity for themselves moving forwards. So for working for the environment, what they've done, they've reduced 5% their emissions this year, and then their goal is to be 100% renewably powered by 2025 across all organisation aspects, net zero by 2030. Here's some stats about the Queensland and New Zealand being 50% and 100% renewably powered. Pretty proud of that as well. So what is my opportunity? It is the installation of cable-mounted robots in the vacant ceiling space operating above the shelving that descend and retrieve products in Bunnings Warehouse facilities. So using robots, stuff like that, in the previous slide, the target audience for these robots and the opportunity is to be used for online click and collect orders, helping the customer themselves and internal employees. So it creates a great value add for the consumers by creating a faster time from order online or in store or even over the phone to the time they can pick it up and actually get that product in their hands. It'll be precise order fulfillment as well. It's reduced workload for the employees, and it allows them to help customers and provide good service and focus on that aspect of the job as opposed to just retrieving orders and finding different products for consumers on the shelves. So the opportunity impact that is proposed, you would gain a competitive advantage purely by having the fastest and most accurate option in the sector for online click and collect ordering and delivery as well, purely because there's no other option out there in the sector in hardware and home improvement area. It's quite a traditional business sector based around a lot of trade and stuff and tradies and trade specific outlets, which are, they're slow to innovate, and this would be a great way for them to build competitive advantage at Bunnings. It would be far reduced human error. By machine learning, they just build knowledge so much faster than a human, and they determine patterns to create efficiency and operational areas that it can be improved on in everyday tasks, just by getting the different products from the shelving and delivering it to the consumer fast as possible. So another great impact is it's 24/7 labor costs at zero. So the robots can work all day without being paid, even outside of business hours, in weekends, night time, holidays, even public holidays when you have to pay your staff more. You don't have to do that for a robot. So the ways we propose growth is through some rapid iteration and scaling into the future. We recommend that Bunnings create like several small prototypes and with different teams working in quickly timed intensive workshops. This is alongside the minimal budget for each team. These aspects were highlighted in the Kickstart Adobe case, where that would create a higher quality and number of ideas the innovators and entrepreneurs would be able to capitalize on and use moving forward. So another area which is very important in having a new opportunity is gathering data and having the most effective design implemented in a Bunnings warehouse trial location. So basically, they'll be able to gather data on the time saved by employees, quality and quantity of the orders that have been fulfilled. Just raw data always wins an argument of whether this is a great opportunity or not to implement in an organization. And then finally, within the data sector is formalizing and encouraging consumer feedback, even employee feedback, whether they think this is a great idea to reduce the amount of time they have to go grab products for the different people in their store, and then also whether the consumers enjoy this type of service and whether they find it adding value to their lives. And the projected impacts of the opportunity, we believe that the robots would be able to fulfill the orders 50% faster than a team member at Bunnings, purely because of some research done on Amazon case in some of their warehousing contexts. The complex items will be identified far faster and more correctly, more percentage of the time. So I'm sure we've all been in that situation, trying to find a specific part, specific screw, specific number of an item, and you just can't, because it's just in some weird spot. This machine learning technology in the robots that are suspended above the shelving, we've got to drop down, grab it quickly, because they know exactly where it is, because they've got all the data accessible in their head. They won't forget anything. And then also provide industry first service, cementing Bunnings' market leading position in that sector of home improvement, trade, and DIY areas of business. So the reality of this opportunity implementation, we know Bunnings has the resources, and just purely because entrepreneurial spirit is one of their core values. Of the overall Wesfarmers conglomerate, in their annual report, they said they really encourage and pursue team members and people in all aspects of their business to innovate ways of delivering and adding value to the organization and to the consumers. A way that Bunnings has recently innovated is they've re-platformed their website, making it more easy for consumers to navigate and a better cart option. They've had a massive investment into an internal advanced analytics center called OneData, where they collect and collate all customer data and metrics in and around the store. So that's a great sign that this is the way they're moving into technological integration in their business operations, right? So implementing this opportunity of robots, although it is quite a conceptual design, it is not far-fetched, and it is the natural progression eventually in creating operational efficiency for in-store activities. Obviously, there's going to be some risk associated with this, like the high initial cost of implementing could reduce the widespread adoption of the opportunity, because there's 507 locations. That's going to be hard to put in the infrastructure for the cables. Each robot would be quite expensive, and the machine learning AI technology. There is also some concerns about potential ethics and more data held for the consumer, whether they would prefer to just do the original warehouse shopping and don't know if they want their data held by each robot or by the cloud or where it would be stored. That is somewhat of an issue which could be associated with or risk for the opportunity. And then Bunnings could potentially become overinvested in the idea. They've put a lot of money potentially in having these rapid iteration processes, all these different designs, implementing it, gathering data. Maybe they don't want to let it go once it gets to that certain stage where they're ready to release it. And it might just not be beneficial for them. And they might not see that purely because they're overinvested and clouded by the vision of omnipotence, and they don't really want to let go of the innovation. And then quite simply, the cost of operating the robots with potential power consumption, AI, technology fees, potentially like that, it just might outweigh the savings in labor and time and efficiency and value added for the consumers. That's just a business opportunity and objectives they have to weigh up. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. Feel free to contact me, reach out if you'd like to hear more on these links. And then these are the sources I use to verify implementing robot technology into warehouse solutions. Thank you.